Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller. And today we're going to be doing a haul video. It's going to be the first haul video of our most recent bins trip, which was in St. Louis this past week. And you know what? I haven't counted it up yet. We'll try to remember to do that. And I got some really, really good stuff. And then I got a lot of my favorites and my bread and butter. So let me go ahead and share with you some of the things we picked up. We also went to a benefit yard sale for Robert's cousin's school that she volunteers at. And it picked up some really nice stuff there. One of the items I'm going to share profit on because it was a really nice find. And we've done this a couple of times with her, you know. I buy something, I know the value, and I give her some of the profit back because that's what you do for family. But first, let me show you what Robert bought me and had delivered to his mom's because we've talked about it a lot in some of my videos and especially on my live. Look. He got me my Hulking bag. This is a medium size and, of course, purple. So, yeah, I didn't really get to use it at the bins in St. Louis because you have to keep your carts with you. They're like in Dayton, everybody puts their carts either against the wall or in the center of the warehouse, and then you bring your stuff to your bins. You don't carry it around. Well, most people don't carry your carts around, and that's going to be perfect for me because I can just keep it at my feet, and as I find stuff, I can just drop it. But yeah, I finally got my Hulking. But let me show you some of the stuff we picked up at the benefit yard sale, and then I'll show you some of the bin stuff. We'll start with the plush. Kohl's Cares, corduroy bear. I like picking them up. Probably gonna be bread and butter. I loved this. It is Applause Timothy, I think is his name. He's got this cute shirt. He needs a bath. Probably $20+ for him. Grabbed a bunch of these cassette tapes. I'm probably going to just put them all in a lot, but there's Walt Disney, Alf, Care Bears, quite a few of them. I just thought it would make a really cute lot. Make sure when you buy cassettes, you really look at the inside. Two important things to look at. Look in the center here. Make sure you don't see like white stuff. That means it's probably molded. And also here in this part right here, make sure it's got that little cushion. There's like a cushion that holds the tape up. If it's not there, you need to disclose it. It's easily replaceable, but I always make sure to check for that. Bought a coffee mug. It is Fire King milk glass. Has a cute little Bible verse on it. Grabbed these. They are Tupperware blocks. Pretty sure I didn't hear any of the little figures on the inside. I never hardly find the little figures that went with them. I mean, I think some came with the little figures, and then I think at some point they just started selling the blocks. I may be wrong. My mom bought these when we were kids, and I don't remember little figures with it. So, I'm probably only going to be like $10 or $15 for them. I don't even know if it's complete. Let's see. Oh, I did find another little coffee mug. It is German, I'm guessing. Yeah, I just loved it. Probably going to be bread and butter. I did find this. It has got some kind of oily thing on it. But it is Fenton glass. Based on my research, it's called like a Vulcan candy dish. Mine has got the painted flowers on it. I'm thinking $25+ for it. Right here was the little sticker. But here's my treasure. I found this in one of the boxes. It is a fairy lamp. We all know right now fairy lamps are hot, hot, hot. I thought when I first picked it up it was going to be, you know, $60, $70, $80, but I was told by my friend Beth that she recently sold one just like this on Poshmark for $125. So once I get this sold, I'm going to give them some more of the money. I paid $50 for everything at that benefit yard sale. And then we went to the bins. It was fun. Let me just tell you, I love the bins, but it wears me out mentally and physically at this time. I don't know if I could have done a third day. I don't know, because, you know, I'm focused, you know, my mind is just constantly going, thinking, you know, checking stuff. And I was exhausted by the time we did our 2 days there. And it's long days. We leave Robert's mom's house at 7:30 and we don't get back till about 7:30. So it's tough. But let me show you some of the stuff.
We got lucky on was it the second day? The downtown bins opened like 20 minutes early. So we finished there 20 minutes earlier than we would have, which got us out to Bridgeton earlier. So we were out a little earlier that day, which was really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was already tired. It was like once we got to Bridgeton the second day, I didn't really dig a whole lot. I went through the bins and I was like, okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
And when Rebel says tired, you can always assume she means tired and whiny.
Not. All right. I just thought it was cute. I don't see a tag. Well, I do see a tag. It's been cut. But I've done really well with plush fish. So I picked it up. What's in there? Oh, the stuffing. Oh, yeah.
They've got a zipper for filling him up, I guess.
I got it like a trademark violation for listing this on eBay. I only took it down. Well, the eBay took it down, but I left it on the other platforms and it sold on Depop. So I picked up another one. It won't get listed on eBay, but you can tell this is legit. Even has its original tags. I am pay. So 2023 Panda Restaurants. I think I sold it for about 10.
It comes with a fortune cookie. How you gonna?
I'm going to take that out.
You're going to take that out?
I'm going to hopefully be able to untie it and take that out.
Should I eat it?
No.
I'm not doing that again.
His mother, she'd come all the way here to stop you. I have never found an unstuffed Build-A-Bear. Still has its original tags. It's got some, oh, this is the string to tie it up once you stuff it. I don't know how much these are worth. Probably, I'm thinking bread and butter. Huh? It's just a bear. If it had been something else, maybe worth more.
Can you tag this with Barbie and she could use it like a bearskin rug in her dollhouse or something?
Maybe.
Would that be allowed?
No. That's, no. What is that,
Keyword spamming?
Yes, keyword spamming. Lots of small vintage plush. This says Corridon Scenic Railroad. Definitely vintage. It's probably got a tag inside, but I loved it. It's going to be bread and butter, as well as this. I'll see if I've got something that looks similar. I think that's a lot of my brain works like that. TV Trading Company. I'll see if I've got something else Christmassy that I can put with them. I know I have other snowmen, you know, in maybe other brands, and it might be a good time to make a lot with it. I think I sold this recently. It is IKEA Beagle, but I'm not remembering. I don't think it's bread and butter. I think I actually did pretty good with it. Let's say 25 plus.
So Rebel guessed on this. You know, like she could be bread and butter, but she thinks it might have sold for more than that. We had a comment recently. Somebody was grumbling that we haven't fully researched all of these items and have actual sold comps at the time we're doing the video. We're showing you what we bought and what we think we're going to sell it for. Sometimes Rebel's wrong and she says, oh, this is like 50 and it's 12. And then sometimes she says it's bread and butter and it's 50. So this is kind of like
show and tell.
Show and tell. With our sourcing. It's kind of like being with us for our sourcing, but not sitting through all the sourcing and just seeing what we got and we give you the best idea of what we think it's worth when we get it, and then we do comps on some of this stuff to show you what it really sells for.
Yeah. I'm pretty good though, for the most part. You know, I've been doing this 27 years. I'm pretty good. A lot of times I'm, you know, within a few dollars.
But you can't be on everything. That would be impossible.
The market changes so much. Stuff crashes and stuff like the fairy lamps. I couldn't have sold that fairy lamp a couple years ago for 20 bucks. Couldn't have, because the markets change. But, you know, this is more like show and tell what I think I'm going to make. You know how much I paid. These are the things I love to pick up. I sell a lot of it right away. But yeah, if you really want to know full titles, everything about it, then you have to wait for it to get sold, because that's where I show you the actual listing and the sold. Dakin, love it. It is 1983. I am pretty sure I have other rabbits with cute little outfits that I planned on making a lot. Apple Park. It's kind of a new brand for me. I've only found it a few times. I think I've got some other baby stuff listed that I'm going to put this with. Just make sure. This is probably considered a teether. If you are just learning to cross list to Depop, do not put any toys on there that have a something that can be considered a teether, because they will take your listing down. Yeah, so that's why I picked that up. Look how cute. Little monkey. It is vintage Walmart. I just loved it. It's going to need a bath. And then I'm going to see if I can, I'm all about making the lots right now. So I'll see if I've got something. But if not, he's unique enough that I'm thinking I would list him probably for $20 or so. Dogs. I'm all about the dogs and the cats. This one is Gund. Its name is Onyx. This could be bread and butter. This could be $20, $30 plus. A lot you just don't know, especially with the Guns, the Dakins, and stuff like that. Peter Rabbit. I've got some others listed I planned on putting this with. I have purchased this before, and I don't remember what it is. I may still have it listed. I'll have to, hopefully Google Lens will help me find my listing, and then I'll know what brand it is. But I'm not remembering off the top of my head. But I have sold this before. Palm Pals, I picked up a few. I'm not finding them as much as I used to. I'm going to see. I'm going to look through all my lots. I think at this point I may have a couple of food items. And I may switch Palm Pals around and make a lot that's just food. Bob the Builder. It's a flashlight. I don't think I got it working right away. But I'm hoping it works. And I'm hoping this is like $15, $20. Leprechaun plush. It looks like it's like Gibson. Yeah, Gibson Greetings 1995. I'll see if I've got any other like St. Patrick's Day stuff and put them together. My friend Frances and her husband Mike met us at the bins the second day, right? No, we met them the second half of the first day, and then we were all together the second day. She had found this and handed it over. I actually found quite a few, I think, pound puppies. And I actually found a couple of the large ones. These are for the smaller ones. There's some little, there's a couple of the McDonald's, the dogs in there. You know what? I have sold some of them. Oh, this is weird. I know this is weird, but this is how my brain works. I have one of these new in the bag sitting right over here that I've been trying to figure out something to go with it. It is Animal Alley, Toys R Us. I think they were McDonald's also. So now I have two, maybe three, because I thought I had another one. It's just how my brain works. But there was a small pound puppy in here. I've got several lots going. I may put this with a couple of the vintage ones. And, you know, I'm hoping like $15, $20 for this. Just love it. Love saving the vintage stuff. High Pluffies, 2004. I don't know if I've had a frog before, or it's been a very long time. This could be bread and butter. This could be, you know, quite a bit, depending on rarity. All right, couple more here. Look how cute. Another dog. It is FAO Schwartz. Not a brand I pick up very often. I'll probably make exceptions for the dogs and cats. I have learned a lot of them don't sell very quickly and not for a whole lot, but I like the dogs and cats. To pick up one, I found a lot of rabbits, and I told myself I'm not going to buy a whole lot of rabbits, but they're vintage, and I had to save some of them. This is JCPenney. I don't see a date, but it says made in Korea. Look how cute. It's got its little pajamas on. It's got a little stocking hat. I'm thinking 30 plus I'll list it for. I found 3 items that first day that probably was going to cover quite a bit of what I purchased in total the first day. But I broke one of them, so I'm going to share it anyway. But I broke it. It makes me sad. Trixie. I knew that this was a treasure because I had recently shared with you guys a little small version of Trixie. At first, I thought it was Dinosaur Train. Come to find out, it was Toy Story. Trixie, she was 2 inches tall. I think I sold it for $30 plus. And I knew this one was much better. And when I found it, I was thrilled. But somewhere along the way, we put it in IKEA bags with a bunch of other stuff, and I broke it. Look. I broke off the other horn. I don't know. I may try to sell it. Maybe somebody's not going to care. But there were sold comps for over $100. For this, you know, maybe I can get 40 still. You know what I mean? It weighed 9 ounces. So
just over half a 219.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe a little over $1 for this. You know, anything, you know, is going to be good for this, but it makes me so sad. I've got to do better about storing stuff. But here's the other treasure.
We keep all of these hard toys like this in separate bags, but sometimes they get jostled, or it's the best protection we can really give them without spending a lot of time and effort bubble wrapping all of this stuff, which would be, I think, in the long run, more expensive than losing $100 toy, because we would end up wasting a bunch of bubble wrap over time and spending a lot of time unnecessarily.
But I truly didn't think I was going to damage that in a bag, or I would have set it aside, or I would have put it in a bag with plush, because it would have been safer in a bag of plush. But that's the game, right? And here's my other treasure I found the first day, and then I found some others. I'll share it when I find it. These are Little Tikes. They came with this large play yard, like baby size play yard, and it had a little mailbox and it had mail in there. I did not find the mail. I actually saw the play yard the second day, but it was massive. But that play yard sells for $300 alone without its accessories. I saw a sold comp. I'll put it in the video. But it would have had to have been a local pickup because it's massive, massive. But these are, there's only these 3 vegetables. It went into like a little garden area. And at first I thought like $50, because that's what I used to get for them whenever I would find them. But now they're over $100 for these 3 as replacements. And I'll sell them as a lot. More than, I'll go in and check, because it would be so easy to take pictures. If I can sell them for $50 each, that would be better, because I want to say it was like, I saw sold comps of about, I want to say 110 maybe for the 3 of them. So definitely keep your eyes out for stuff like this. They are not marked. You would have never known they were Little Tikes, but I just have known because I have found these many times, and I've seen the play yard a couple of times at consignment sales. All right, y'all. Good start to our latest run to the bins, and I'm going to try to get through this stuff as quickly as we can. and plan our next trip.
The faster you get through it, the sooner we have an excuse to go somewhere.
Go shopping and go visit friends. And
we don't need an excuse, but it's good to have one.
Keep in mind, we are considering Indianapolis. We haven't been there since probably 2020 is the last time we went. So I have no clue how well the bins are these days. If you're from that area, let us know. But we were talking with our friends Melissa and her husband Darren, and she was saying that our other friends, Cindy and Lisa, were interested in maybe all of us converging on there, and then we can get our other Indiana friends, Francis and Mike. I'm sure they would come and join us. So it might just turn into
This came up in our live on Monday, and Sassy Squirrel Stash Tina said she would
be interested.
I think Kathy Barnett's up there in the Indy area.
We might just have to turn it into a little mini meetup.
That would be fun.
Yep. So let's all put our minds together, and if you're from that area, start thinking about it and tell us where we could do meetups and
tell us if you're from that area. Tell us absolutely when we should not go there, so that we're not there at when the Indianapolis 500 is going or something like that. I think that was back in May, but there are other events that would be huge. We probably wouldn't want to do it on a Indianapolis Colts home game weekend or something like that. We want to avoid that kind of thing where there's going to be already a huge amount of people there.
Yeah, like when we went to Dayton, unplanned, unscheduled, no hotel, and they were having some honor guard competition, and we paid a lot of money for a hotel. That was terrible.
It wasn't a lot. It was just a really bad hotel.
It was bad. Because there was nothing else.
It was like $140 a night. So that's not terrible, but it was a lot of money for that room.
So let's put our minds together. Yeah, it'll be fun. But in the meantime, it's time to get to work. Bye.